Peter is a successful man. He has a good career as a lawyer, a young new partner named Beth, and a newborn baby. From the outside, it seems he has a perfect life, until one day he receives an unexpected call from his ex-wife that will completely change his life, and the worst part is no one knows how to stop what is coming. Peter and Kate were once married and had a son named Nicholas, a cheerful, smiling boy playing with his father on the beach. They seemed like a happy family, but this is only a memory, a reminder that something eventually broke. Years later, Peter and Kate are divorced. Peter has tried to rebuild his life. He's climbed professionally as a lawyer, now has a young new partner, Beth, and a newborn baby. Kate, on the other hand, was left raising their teenage son alone, dealing with the pain of separation. One day Peter receives an unexpected call. It's Kate. She's desperate because of their son Nicholas. Now, as a teenager, she tells him that she can't handle it anymore. He skips school, lies, locks himself in his room. He has dark thoughts. He doesn't want to live. Kate doesn't know what to do and asks Peter to take over. Peter, feeling a mix of guilt and responsibility, agrees. He brings Nicholas to live with him, hoping the change of environment and the support of his new family will help. But from the beginning, it's clear things won't be easy. Nicholas is quiet, confused, often distant. But beneath that silence is a deep sadness that no one seems to know how to reach. Peter tries to connect with advice, discipline, even affection, but he fails again and again because he's not speaking to a happy son. He's speaking to someone who no longer sees meaning in anything. This is where the film becomes deeply painful. There are no villains, no yelling, no explosions, just discomfort, disconnection, lost gazes, which brings us to the film's first core then, teen mental health. This is one of the central issues the movie addresses. Nicholas doesn't show extreme symptoms at first. There's no shouting, no violence, just quiet, constant sadness, and that's what it makes so realistic and terrifying. Adults often underestimate teenage suffering, seeing it as just a phase or rebellion, but Nicholas represents many young people who don't know how to ask for help, who don't have the words to explain what they are feeling. The film doesn't give one clear reason for Nicholas' depression, but it shows multiple factors that together explain his pain. The divorce has a breaking point. The separation of Peter and Kate likely triggered Nicholas' emotional crisis. Not all divorces lead to depression, but for him it was traumatic because he felt abandoned. When Peter left, he didn't just leave Kate, he left Nicholas too. He experienced it as an emotional abandonment. Not just physical. He didn't know how to process it. He was just a child and maybe didn't have the emotional tools or space to express his feelings. Other fact, feeling unheard and misunderstood. Throughout the film, Nicholas says repeatedly that he doesn't know what's wrong, but that he can't take it anymore. This reveals an intense internal struggle that adults around him fail to fully grasp. Peter tries to rationalize his emotions, asking things like, what do you like? You have a house, a school, food, without realizing that doesn't heal psychological pain. Nicholas feels invincible, like his emotions are an inconvenience, a problem to fix, not a cry for help. Other fact, possible emotional or psychological predisposition. This film also suggests that Nicholas may have an internal vulnerability to depression. It's not just about the family situation. There's a level of existential pain in his words. He's not just sad. He feels disconnected from the world without purpose. This suggests that his depression may not just be a reaction to the divorce, but something deeper, a real mental illness, not just an emotional issue. Also, this is a warning. If we don't talk about it in time, if we don't truly listen, the consequence can be irreversible. Which brings us to the second theme of the film, emotional consequence of divorce. The film doesn't center around divorce, but it is the root of many emotional wounds. Nicholas isn't just depressed, he feels displaced, like he no longer fits anywhere. His father has a new family and his mother is emotionally exhausted. This reflects a common reality. Many teens suffer silently after a divorce and feel like they have to endure it because the adults are also hurting. Now let's continue to the movie. Peter wants to be a good father, but is trapped in his own history. His relationship with his own father was cold, distant, and full of resentment. And although Peter swore not to repeat that, he doesn't know how to break the cycle. But his new partner also feels uncomfortable. She knows Nicholas isn't unwell, but now she has a baby to take care of, and the atmosphere is becoming tense with every conversation. Kate, the mother, feels pushed aside, guilty, useless, watching her son drift further away, which leads us to the third theme: parental guilt and responsibility. Peter wants to do the right things, but he carries deep emotional baggage. His father was cold and distant, and Peter swore he would be different, but in the end, he makes similar mistakes, trying to understand his son. Thought logic, not empathy, like we mentioned before, asking material questions instead of emotional ones. Love is not enough if you don't know how to listen without judgment. Sometimes parents feel guilt for things they can't control, like a divorce, but that doesn't mean they know how to heal the emotional damage. The film offers a powerful reflection. Parenthood isn't just about responsibility, it's about real connection. Nicholas doesn't get better, so both parents agreed to seek professional help. He's admitted to a clinic. At first, Nicholas is resistant, even angry. He doesn't want to be there. Deep down, there is a sadness growing quietly, like a tide no one can stop. The doctor warns the parents their son needs much more time, because healing from depression is not easy. It takes time, otherwise the consequence could be irreversible. Peter and Kate agree to leave him at the clinic, even as they hear their son cry. But just as they are about to leave, they change their minds and take him home, a decision that will change their lives forever. Back at Peter's house, Nicholas makes tea for them. Things seem calm. He tells them he's going to take a bath. Everyone lower their worth, and then the inevitable happens. Nicholas takes his own life. Sometime later, we see Peter in another city. Someone knocks the door. It's Nicholas. He looks different, more confident. He tells his father, now a published author, that his book helped him overcome depression. Peter is moved, says he's proud, and hugs him tightly. But it's just an illusion. Nicholas is gone, and this is a devastating reminder of what could be happen if they had listened to the doctor that day. We can't judge Peter, not because he didn't love his son, but because he didn't know how to help him, and that's the uncomfortable truth the film presents. Sometimes love is not enough, sometimes we are too late, and sometimes we are just weren't prepared to understand a pain we'd never know. This is a difficult movie to watch, but necessary one. It's just a warning about what can happen when we ignore emotional pain. It's a call to listen more, judge less, and be more present. Tell me in the comments, what did you think of this story? Do you know someone who should watch this film? And if you are experiencing symptoms like this, please ask for help. Talk to your parents, your friends, your siblings. Remember, you mean everything to the people around you. The worst thing you can do is to stay silent. And if you liked this video, subscribe and hit the bell. More movie breakdowns are coming, tackling themes that matter.